Thank you, Kelly, and thank you, Fayetteville Public Library, for having me. Thank you all for being here this afternoon. Thanks for braving the rain, but I think it stopped at this point. I'm going to start with a song from my most recent record, which Kelly just said is called American Stories Major Chords. This is a song called Oklahoma Heat.
They're building up the turnpike right through the neighborhood. We argue on the radio if our team is any good. I left the house this morning, I gave everyone a kiss. She said, babe, I just don't think you should go out to work in this. Some spend their summer praying for relief. I'm out here working in the Oklahoma heat, running everything on oil till it someday comes around. And until it does, we're all holding hands on shaky ground. I've been holding on so long, it's getting hard to keep my grip. I feel it when it's coming, I can feel it when it slips. The first time I held her hand, I felt the current running deep. Since then I've been buzzing on her Oklahoma heat. Billboards advertising better jobs and better pay. You'll see 'em as you're heading on vacation out of state. But we ain't going nowhere till I get this thing paid off. I made a deal with the devil, I like the odds. Clean up after the storm while planning for the next. Scratch offs at the counter, hoping for the best. Working through my break so I can get out early. To myself so I can nurse whatever's hurting. I used to be a winner, I don't know how to do defeat. I'm out here losing in the Oklahoma heat. Last night her sister watched the kids so that we could catch a band. But I sat down in the back so I could calm my shaking hands. And on the way back home, I took the turnpike saving time. I'll pay Caesar what is Caesar's, someone pay me what is mine. Maybe tomorrow will be different. Maybe I should catch some sleep so I can get a victory. In the Oklahoma heat.
Thank you, thank you. Try to open this bottle of water here. Goodness. Some security on there. So like Kelly said, I came over here from Norman, Oklahoma. That's where I live. But I love coming out to Fayetteville. I've been here a number of times. And I've even played in this room before. It was maybe 9 years ago at this point. But I really love everything about Arkansas. It's a lot of fun. This is a song called I'm Reaching, Lord.
I've been sitting here considering the time, looking for the distance between what's yours and mine. I know the lines are blurred, I know it's all happened before. I know all this, but I'm reaching, Lord. Hey, hey. I found the door was open, I didn't make it in time. Maybe it'll open up for someone next in line. Maybe that time has passed, maybe there's still time to board. Maybe that's why I'm reaching, Lord. Can we afford to pay attention? Can we do two things at once? Can we bring down what we try to rise above? I'm open to the ending, coming faster than before. I'm open to it all, but I'm reaching, Lord. They brought me in for questioning, I did the best I could. They pounded on the table, said son, give up the goods. They offered me no water, that bulb swung on its cord. Just above my head, oh, I was reaching, Lord. I've been reading Joy Hard, Joe, I've been reading any clue. I've been doing anything that I could think to do. Anything to give myself a light I can't tore. Anything at all, oh, I'm reaching, Lord. Can we afford to pay attention? Can we do two things at once? Can we bring down what we try to rise above? I'm open to the ending, coming faster than before. I'm open to it all, but I'm reaching, Lord. When it flashes in your heart, when you feel it well enough, when you feel that first spark, you know you'll never get enough. When you look back to count what you can't afford, it's all just too much. It's all just too much. It's all just too much. So I'm reaching, Lord. I said I'm reaching, Lord.
Thank you, thank you. Find the right harmonica here. So before the show, I asked Chris if he could bring a stool because it's usually the last thing I think about. Then I end up reaching, bending down, trying to find my harmonicas, but I avoided that problem today. See, I don't have a G harmonica. There it is. Well, like I was saying, I came over here from Oklahoma, and that's where I'm from. But I used to live in New York City. Lived there for a time, and I always thought I would. I always thought I'd make a record about living in New York City. I like to write about where I'm from and my surroundings. And I never got around to it, but I did end up writing this particular song. But it took me a couple of years to write it. I realized I'm a slow person. It takes me a long time to do things and to process things, and And so it was about a decade after I moved back to Oklahoma before I wrote this. But this song is about it's about a number of things in and around New York City. The name of the song is Broken Angel, and the Broken Angel is it's probably a pretty good metaphor for New York City, but in particular it was this really crazy architectural monstrosity in the neighborhood I lived in. This person had bought this old house in Brooklyn, and he kept adding on to it over the years, and it just looks like something out of a horror film or some Disney. I don't know what it looked like, but you could look it up if you wanted to, the Broken Angel in Brooklyn. But I ended up writing this song about New York City and the Broken Angel and everything it meant to me.
I remember it was me and you, holding hands 6th Avenue. Springtime in New York City, it almost hurt, it was so pretty. I had tickets to a Mets game, you left work early so you wouldn't be late. Staring out the window of the 7 train, when they tore it down they didn't keep the name. You say, hey, hey, I wouldn't have it any other way. The city takes you in and it spits you out. You gotta walk in sure, you can't have any doubt. I said, oh, no, I've been here too long, now I gotta go. I'm gonna see what's behind another door. I'm gonna leave behind what I don't need anymore. I saved up to buy that ring. I didn't think you'd suspect a thing. You saw it coming a mile away. You gotta stick to the plan you made. My cousin worked at the corner bar. He made him strong, I'm glad it wasn't far. We'd all come back to that little room. We knew someone else was gonna live there soon. Say, hey, hey, I wouldn't have it any other way. The city takes you in and it spits you out. You gotta walk in sure, you can't have any doubt. Said, oh, no, I've been here too long, now I gotta go. I'm gonna see what's behind another door. I'm gonna leave behind what I don't need. Was a broken angel in the neighborhood. I guess it summed it all up pretty good. It was big and scary, it was falling apart. It was an accidental work of art. I always thought I'd get it all down, document my time in town. But I could only capture what I knew. I could only say that it was me and you. I say, hey, hey, wouldn't have it any other way. The city takes you in and it spits you out. You gotta walk in sure, you can't have any doubt. Said, oh, no, I've been here too long, now I gotta go. I'm gonna see what's behind another door. Gonna leave behind what I don't need anymore.
I usually play that song with my band, the Tigers, and they're not with me today. We're kind of a larger operation, and there's 5 of us, and it takes a lot of effort to get us out of the house. So I play a lot of shows solo, which I actually really enjoy. But if you're so inclined, please listen to Beau Jennings and the Tigers. And speaking of the Tigers, we released a song recently that I'll play for you now. This one's called Embers, and it's sort of a duet with another songwriter from Tulsa named R.R. Williams. You might look him up. But this is a song about being an old guy in a band, which we both are, and it's a song about friendship and what happens to friends over time, and what happens to bands over time, and those kind of realizations you come to after you've been through the ringer a little bit. So it's called Embers.
Did the dream get away? Did the good road end? Did you wake up this morning defeated again? I don't know any answers, I don't know any tricks. The only lessons I've learned are when I took my risks. Nobody got famous, nobody got rich. We play guitars with our friends and that's as good as it gets. Everybody's here and everybody's trying to get to the heart, to keep it alive, and alive only burns for so long. So let's meet in the driveway like we did as kids. I'll bring the fireworks and you can light the wick, and we'll watch the sky light up and we'll wonder why it is we can still see these explosions on the backs of our eyelids. Nobody got famous, nobody got rich. We play guitars with our friends and that's as good as it gets. Everybody's here and everybody's trying to get to the heart, to keep it alive, and alive only burns for so long. And I know you'll burn forever in the song, and alive only burns for so long. And I know you'll burn forever in the song. Nobody got famous, nobody got rich. We play guitars with our friends and that's as good as it gets. Everybody's here and everybody's trying to get to the heart, to keep it alive, and alive only burns for so long. And I know you'll burn forever in the song, and the light only burns for so long. And I know you'll burn forever in the song. I still see the embers on the driveway. I still see the embers on the driveway. I still see the embers on the driveway. I still see the embers on the driveway.
Thank you. I brought a number of records with me today for you to check out in the back. This is a song from a record we released called Heavy Light.
Well, I was meditating on the interstate, the only road left out of town. I was thinking back to a big match where I let everybody down. I grew up and said it didn't matter. I said there's more to life than that. No matter how far I drive now, something always brings me back. And if I pull off to the side of the road, I can close my eyes and watch it all unfold. And I've had visions of the second coming ever since I was a kid. I always kept my eye to the sky, always kept my feelings hid. How could I go back into the locker room after losing big like that? I just stood there wondering if I still believe someone can come back. There's no way to separate what his dreams were from mine. He left early without me. I was in the gym just crying. I was praying there was something I could do to set it straight. I was wrestling with the spirits, the bus on the interstate. I was just a kid, it's all in the past. So how does it come back in such a flash? And I've had visions of the second coming ever since I was a kid. I always kept an eye to the sky, always kept my feelings hid. How could I go back into the locker room after losing big like that? I just stood there wondering if I still believe that someone can come back. I heard victory explosions, I heard the chorus of defeat. I got back off the mat, no one was cheering for me. And I've had visions of the second coming ever since I was a kid. I always kept an eye to the sky, always kept my feelings hid. How could I go back into the locker room after losing big like that? I just stood there wondering if I still believe. I just stood there wondering if I still believe. I just stood there wondering if I still believe that someone can come back.
Thank you, thank you. Hey, Chris, I'm going to switch to the piano. Is Chris in here? We'll see if the piano's on. We'll try it. I normally don't bring, well, switch it, okay. Check, check. I sometimes will bring my electronic piano to play at a gig like this, but sometimes it's a lot of hassle. I'll have to haul around, and so I don't do it. But then they said, hey, we have a grand piano, and I said, sign me up, I'll play. So I prepared a couple piano tunes for you guys. Let me grab my water. This is a brand new song I just wrote. And it's about a few things at once, like most songs are. I I think it was probably initially inspired by the Oklahoma City Thunder and their championship last year and what it meant for Oklahoma City. I don't know if you guys are into sports or how much you might know about Oklahoma City. But there's a really great film that's you can watch. It's a documentary, and it's sort of about the Oklahoma City bombing, which was roughly 30 years ago, and sort of the trajectory that town's been on ever since. And it kind of that's kind of the backdrop to the championship that happened last year for Oklahoma City, and just kind of what it meant and represented. That's not what this song is necessarily about, but it's sort of what kind of kicked it off. But like a lot of my songs, it's also about friendship and loss and what you do with those things. Lastly, I'll say this song was inspired by a headline I read about a charity that was in the news. And sorry, I know I'm going a lot of different directions with my story here, but there was a group called there was a group in Oklahoma City doing some good work, and I loved the name, and so I stole the name of their group for this song. This is called the Reckless Saints of Nowhere.
We got our hometown tattooed on our knuckles and championship rings on our fingers. We never understood we had it so good, thought we'd always be true believers. I remember your smile when you walked the stage. I think about it now when I need to be brave. 'Cause now things are different when I walk down the street, and the words don't mean what they used to mean. I look for the signs that I used to know, back when I didn't have to look up how to make it home. We put so much faith in a place, now it just ain't there. I guess I'm out here looking for the reckless saints of nowhere. And everybody got to see their heroes at the ticker tape parade. I remember you and I put our hands on the trophy before it got taken away. And everybody loves a winner. Tonight I'm trying to be a beginner. And they swept the confetti up off of the street, and they closed the arcade where we used to meet. We did what we could to keep the dream alive. You learned to play guitar, I learned how to drive. Now I'm driving by your house, even though you're not there. I guess I'm out here looking for the reckless saints of nowhere. Now it's 20-something years since you've been gone. I met your mother for coffee, we played your favorite songs. and cried when we felt your spirit in the room. Gave me your Letterman jacket, you always look so cool. I saw a patch sewn on the sleeve, I don't remember being there. She said it was your rock and roll band. I don't remember a band. She said you started a band called the Reckless Saints of Nowhere. I found myself wondering, how did it ever get so bad? I had to go and ask, what did we ever really have? You can peel back the layers, you can look under the hood. Some people say you shouldn't, some people say you should. I've been watching from afar, I've had to readjust my eyes. None of this is new, I know these guys. Try to find the distance in the air-between. Maybe it'll come for you, it never came for me. We come from the same town, we come from the same dreams. We wear the same white shirts, we wear the same blue jeans. Now some of us go to work, some of us even wear ties. You might think we're different, I know these guys. I know these guys like the back of my hand. I used to be one of them, I understand. But somewhere on the road, that angel made me blind. And I saw clearly for the first time, shouting from a pulpit, flashing on their lights, asking for your votes, singing for you at night, looking for the meaning in whatever they fell into, taking blame or credit, whatever it takes to do. There's only so much time on earth, you only get so many tries. I get it on the first take, I know these guys. Now somewhere was a choice, somewhere the path split in two. I thought we'd sit up for a while, I thought we'd meet up soon. But the trees were too dense, and the maps were no good. Soon there was a river, on different sides we stood. Everything gets tested, and everything gets tried. It takes one to know one. I know these guys. I know these guys like the back of my hand. I used to be one of them, I understand. But somewhere on the road, that angel made me blind. And I saw clearly for the first time, you can't ever get too close if you really want to see. It shows up when it's ready. You get the faith you need. You get strong when it's heavy. You get fast when they're close. You get wise when you're stumped. You get kind when you need it most. You'll get where you remember. You'll start to realize it's been going on forever. It's been going on forever. It's been going on forever. You know these guys.
Back on. All right, thank you. This one is called Oklahoma Death Row Blues.
They took my plate away, I didn't know how to feel. I didn't want to complain about my last meal. They led me back to myself, sat on the bed in my shorts. It's like playing a game, I think I've been there before. I got the death row blues. I got the Oklahoma death row blues. But then a phone call come, the governor herself. They didn't have the right drugs around on the shelf, 'cause she went down today. My lawyer said through the glass, guess he wanted to have just a one more laugh. I got the death row blues. I got the Oklahoma death row blues. All right. Let me turn on the TV, see my name scroll by. I see the Cubs in the playoffs and I just want to cry. I see the Ten Commandments in the news again. Feels like I'm right in third, no one's waving me in. I got the death row blues. I got the land of the red man, death row blues. Now, Lord, I know I'm guilty, I know he ain't alive, but dear Lord above, oh, is this how we died? Do we just sit around by the telephone for a call from the governor to send us home? I got the death row blues. I got the Oklahoma death row blues. Okay. Jesse taught him history of Broken Arrow High, but he took a job at Quick Trip so his family could get by. He learned to be a teacher, he did everything that he could, but history will say you gotta go where the getting's good. Where the getting's getting's good, well, the getting's good, well, the getting's good, well, the getting's good. Is something true, is something understood? Is everybody going, 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 well, the getting's good? Maria came across with her family when she was 2, trying to be a citizen ever since she left school. One night she left her shift, they picked her up like she thought they would. They like to hang around the barrio and go, well, the getting's good. Well, the getting's good, well, the getting's good, well, the getting's good, well, the getting's good. Is something true, is something understood? Is everybody going, 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 well, the getting's good? Some people say Columbus, some the Vikings before him. Others say the Comanches, maybe we should ask them. Well, you shouldn't ask questions, but then again you could. Maybe it's American to go, well, the getting's good. Well, the getting's good, well, the getting's good, well, the getting's good, well, the getting's good. Is something true, is something understood? Is everybody going, 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 well, the getting's good?
Thank you. So I pulled into town about noon, and I had memories of a really great farmer's market on the square. Does that still happen? Am I a day late? Is that what happened? Okay. I was like, man, I'm going to get some fresh something for lunch. I thought, well, it's Sunday, everybody's at church. Have you guys seen a show on TV called The Lowdown? Anybody watch this yet? Okay, well, you should watch it. It's set in Tulsa. It came out recently on last year. Well, it was when it came out. But it's sort of a mystery noir type show set in Tulsa. It stars Ethan Hawke. It's a really great show. I'll bring that up because a song of mine was featured in one of the episodes last year, and that was very exciting. That's the wrong harmonica. But the funny thing about that was that it was a song of mine that was 20 years old. And when the producer asked, he said, "Hey, don't you have a song called Cimarron River?" I said, "Yeah, let me think. That was from a long time ago." And he said, "Hey, I think I want to use it in this show." I said, "Yeah, sure, of course." But I was like, "Why in the world this song of all songs?" I'm proud of the song, but it just felt such a blast from the past. Like, what are we doing? Well, the show, like I said, is set in Tulsa, and you'll hear in the chorus is about Lake Keystone. And there's a pivotal scene that happens on Lake Keystone. I'm not sure what my point is besides sometimes there's specific things in songs, and you never know what's going to matter to someone somewhere down the line. And as you may have noticed in my songs so far, I like place names, I like people's names, I like towns, I like naming specific things. Anyway, you should watch The Lowdown, and I'm grateful to that show for bringing this song back to life for me. This is called Cimarron River.
I was born on the Cimarron River. They took her down with a concrete wall. I saw red, but you know I could forgive her. Let it roll, Lake Keystone. It's a big, wide open water. And we were young, and we were wild and unafraid of what was in the future. So let it come, let it come, let it come, let it come. Lake Keystone, red as the Nile. Keep our hands clean for a little while. Let your floodgates wide. Let your water fall. Let it roll, Lake Keystone. Took me down to the Channel 8 Tower. I put my hand over my heart. I drank face first at the edge of the water. So let it roll, Lake Keystone. Let it roll, Lake Keystone. Lake Keystone, red as the Nile. Keep our hands clean for a little while. Let your floodgates wide. Let your water fall. Let it roll, Lake Keystone. Let it roll, Lake Keystone.
So while I'm on this track, and I realize you guys don't know my old band from 20 years ago, but I'm making my own mental connection. So that song was by a band of mine called Cheyenne. And we recently, like I said, it's a 20-year-old song, and we recently celebrated the 20-year anniversary of our first record. And we played the record front to back at a venue in Oklahoma City called the Blue Door. Do you guys know about the Blue Door? Anybody been there? It's similar to this, but it's a listening room venue, and it's kind of known as the place for songwriters to go to. And it's the kind of place where it's a little bit funny. The owner's got a little bit of a Pete Seeger feel to him. If you're too loud, he gets upset. He wants you to turn down. I've tried to bring my band there one time, and it got a little testy because we were too loud. He couldn't hear the lyrics. That was important to him. It's important to me too. But anyway, the Blue Door. The point is, I'm just rambling at this point. The point is, we performed that record front to back. It's called I Am Haunted, I Am Alive. And so I want to play a song from that for you right now. This one is called Boats and Black Waves. I wrote this while I was working at Lowe's in the lawn and garden section. And I was learning how to write songs. And for whatever reason, I didn't keep a notebook with me, but I would write lyrics on the back of the little slips of paper that, someone would order 3 bags of gravel and 2 bags of mulch, and so you would write that down and then go meet them out back and load this stuff. But I wrote this song on the back of about 10 of those notepads. So it's called Boats and Black Waves.
Well, I shook my head as I thought about the things that I had done. And we shook hands and went our separate ways. And as I walked back home, she flew out to New York City. And I decided I'd enjoy my last days. Well, I bought a bike from Charlie. I said, I got 1 week to live. He said, I know a place for you to go. It's called the Lonesome Canyon. It won't take away your sins, but at least you won't be buried back in. I remember a medal around her neck, a bottle in her hand. There was a cat and there was lightning, I just didn't understand. I rode out to see my brother in the mountains west of here. And I told him all the trouble that I caused. He said, just do what I do, breathing mountain air so clear. I said, thank you, brother, but I'll be moving on. Then I called up an old lover from the roadside telephone. Said I was on my way to Mexico. She told me I was crazy and never call again. I said, thank you, lover, that's all I need to know. I remember sitting in my truck. It was just before dawn. She told me God loves me, so I put my seatbelt on. Well, a house that can't be haunted if there's no room left to take. I was empty and my door was open wide. I'd left it all on the highway, it was heavy and I was late, and I had to make that canyon on time. Well, I spent the night in Tucson out underneath the moon. It was raining like the world was gonna end. I was thinking about the canyon, about my back and all my sins. That's when the sky just opened up so big. I saw boats and black waves. I saw choirs in the sky. I saw sirens down below them. I saw saints afraid to die. And it shook me like an earthquake, and it gripped me like a vice. I could feel without my fingers, I could see without my eyes. Well, I got back on my bike and I remembered how it swore that I would enjoy my last days. Well, I saw that lonesome canyon, so I ripped it up once more. I closed my eyes and I just flew away. Yeah, I closed my eyes and I just flew away.
guys enjoying yourselves so far?
Okay, good. That's good.
Do you guys have free coffee and cookies every Sunday, by the way? So what's the occasion? Me? Yes, you in the back.
Okay, okay.
Do I need to encourage people to fill out a survey?
Oh, okay.
Well, do it for me then.
Fill out the survey. I'll fill one out. All right, let's see. I was talking to my wife earlier this morning. She said, "What are you going to play?" I said, "I don't know. I'm just going to feel it out." But I wrote down all the songs I remember. So, speaking of her, let me play one that I wrote for her back when we first met. I didn't think I'd be on a nostalgia trip this afternoon, but here we are. Bit more about me. I think you might have heard me reference New York City a time or two, and like I said, I moved there for a bit. So I met my wife in Oklahoma, but it was at the beginning of summer when I met her, and maybe the first detail, the first fact I learned about her was that she was about to move to Brooklyn, New York. And I thought, well, I really like this person, but I guess this is just a summer thing. So at the end of the summer, I helped her pack her moving truck and say goodbye. But then I called her on the way out there. Then she called me when she got there. Then she flew home at Thanksgiving, and the rest is history. But when she first came back home, well, she came home for Thanksgiving, but then she kind of felt out how things were going to be. Then she really came home at Christmas, and I wrote this song for her as a bit of a Christmas present.
It's wintertime again, I hear. It's gonna be a cold one this year. You're back in town for a while. You're back because something brought you here. Don't get me wrong, I'm proud of you for getting out to see everything you can. Forgive me, I'm still getting used to you moving away about as far as you can. Let's go out tonight and find a strange old bar. I'll put on my brand new boots, you wear that scarf. And I'll hold close a girl from Oklahoma that you really are. Spring is coming soon and I can feel the changes running through the room. I've never been this way before. I've never traveled down these kind of roads. I've been running from the devil. I've been running from the good book, all right. I know the Lord, He keeps us both. I know we're never so far out of sight. So let's go out tonight and find a strange old bar. I'll put on my brand new boots, you wear that scarf. And I'll hold close a girl from Oklahoma that you really are. And I'll hold close a girl from Oklahoma that you really are.
Thank you.
I was born
I mixed up songs just now. Let me start this over.
I see my sister on the other side. I see my brother on the other side. I see my family on the other side. So I need a bridge to the other side. I see my hometown on the other side. I see my friends on the other side. I see my country on the other side. So I need a bridge to the other side. If you reach out your hand, I can grab it, I just know. But for me to reach it, your other hand must let go. I see my Lord on the other side. I see my ticket on the other side. Oh, I see it all on the other side. So I need a bridge to the other side. So I need a bridge to the other side. Lord, I need a bridge.
Thank you. All right, I got another piano song. This song, so in my hometown of Norman, Oklahoma, there's a gas station, and for whatever reason, I'm drawn to gas stations. I like visiting them. I like rating them. I like scoping them out. I like getting the snacks. I like comparing them. I used to be a Quick Trip guy, and then when OnCue came around, I thought I would always be a Quick Trip guy, but I've kind of graduated to OnCue. The point is, I have a strange fascination with gas stations. So there's one. Check. There's one in Norman that I used to live nearby. It's right by campus. And it's really funny when I look back. So many pivotal parts of my life
happened in this gas station or nearby or in the parking lot or in the vicinity. It's a very quirky place. The guy that works there is always making these, drawing these handwritten signs with a Sharpie. Bud Light, get it before it's gone. Just, really bizarre things. But it was always the place to stop on the way home or on your way out. And so what I was imagining in my brain was that this gas station is in the center of town of Norman. And Norman is a little bit in the center of Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a little bit in the center of the country. And in my brain, I just imagined this kind of vortex, this tornado, this kind of thing just kind of circling above this gas station. And everything important has to run through there. And I know that's not true, but it's fun to imagine. And so if it feels true, maybe there's an element of truth there, for me at least, that was worth chasing. And so that gas station is called the Sooner Superette, and I wrote a song about it.
I was just a kid coming out of the fog. They got my vote that first time, that second time not. Sometimes it takes a minute for me to get it right. I remember that epiphany on a Saturday night. Sometimes it comes in fast, sometimes you gotta wait. And sometimes it's clear, and sometimes it's strange. I pulled into the parking lot, my windshield all wet, coming down like Sunday morning, the Sooner Superette. It was the big red scandal or sometime around then. We rode our bikes to Theopolis to see the Shins. And when that show was over, she says, "Come on, let's race." I got back in my bike and did my best to keep pace. I guess it worked out pretty well. I guess she fits me like a glove. I don't know how those things happen or how you fall in love. She pulled into the corner store, had something else to get. I followed her in to the Sooner Superette. Well, they used to call us townies, we used to have a laugh, but I realized I was one of them, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't look for space between me and them no more. That's the easy way out. It's what youth is for, 'cause we all watch the ball game and we're all keeping score. We could all win or lose, I've heard it said before. These days I'm topping off my tank, these days I'm paying off my debts. There ain't nothing you can't find, the Sooner Superette. The rich and the poor, the Greeks and the punks, the coaches and presidents, the students and drunks, the poets and painters, and artists and singers, the plumbers and doctors, conspiracy slingers, grand wizards and architects, criminals and cops, engineers and builders. They just never stop coming through the door to get what they can get. Just hang around, you'll see them, the Sooner Superette. One time a friend told me that he had a dream that I was gonna start a church, whatever that means. But I just went with it to hear what my friend said, just in case that it was Jesus buzzing in my head. I think that he just wanted me to come back to the fold, and someday that could happen, someday when I get old. But for now it's all the visions and miracles I can get, moving up and down the aisle. Moving up and down the aisle, moving up and down the aisle.
guys. I'm going to play a couple more songs for you, and then we're going to wrap it up. But I really appreciate you guys listening. Thank you so much. Let's see here. This is a song called Back in Town, and I guess just to put a bow on the stories I've been telling, this is a song I wrote after living in New York City and coming back to Oklahoma for the first time. And I was a new parent, and I was reorienting myself to things that were once familiar to me, but that were now kind of new. And so I don't always do this, but I'll set this part up for you. You'll hear me reference a band called the Empty Bottles in this song, and they are one of my favorite local bands in Norman to go see, and they were maybe sort of an anchor for me to kind of hang on to when I got back. Anyway, this song is called Back in Town.
No one bothers anymore to try and write the hits, 'cause around here not even Broncho gets past the lips. Well, tonight the empty bottles got us all a little closer to heaven. A basketball game's on the TV at the bar, and they're praying to this kid named Kevin. Hey everybody, I'm back in town. Hey everybody, I'm back in town. And you're about the sweetest thing I found. And everyone comes back someday after moving to the coast. And in my case, it's hard to say what got to me the most. Well, at least I don't feel too alone, 'cause everybody makes a solo record. You're either trying to find that old band feeling, or you're trying to forget her. Hey everybody, I'm back in town. Hey everybody, I'm back in town. And you're about the sweetest thing I found. Hey everybody, I'm back in town. Hey everybody, I'm back in town. You're about the sweetest thing I found. The empty bottles are playing tonight. I think I'm gonna get a sitter. The empty bottles are playing tonight. I think I'm gonna get a sitter. The empty bottles are playing tonight. I think I'm gonna get a sitter. The empty bottles are playing tonight.
Well, thank you so much for listening, everybody. I'm Beau Jennings. Appreciate you being here. I'll send you home with this one. I wrote this one for my son.
May you always have that field. May you always have that ball and glove. May you always know what's running through your veins. May you always feel my love. And may this song be in your heart. May this song be in your heart. May it only be the start. May this song be in your heart. May you always see it straight. May you undo what I did wrong. May you see quicker than I ever did what truth was all along. And may this song be in your heart. May this song be in your heart. May it only be the start. May this song be in your heart. May you know how to be strong. May you know how to be weak. May you find your perfect balance. May you find your perfect swing. May you put in a good day's work when you don't know what else to do. May you find some rock and roll when your work day is through. May this song be in your heart. May this song be in your heart. May it only be the start. May this song be in your heart. May this song be in your heart. May this song be in your heart. May it only be the start. May this song be in your heart.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Hope you have a good afternoon. Thanks for coming out. Thanks to the library. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Chris. Take care, guys.